Hello everyone, my name is Hybrid1 and welcome back to another video where I cast your StarCraft 2 replays. This replay was sent in to me by a user on my Discord server. It is a Grandmaster level game on Hardwire Ladder Edition. To cast your replay, please read the video description. Here's our players today. In the bottom left hand corner of the map, you've got the Grandmaster player, ImTwelve. Actually, in the top right hand corner of the map, blue Zerg player is not Masters. I believe that the replay said his MMR was somewhere around 4850 to 4900. Don't remember the exact number, but they are close-ish to GM. So ImTwelve here has been a pretty close to mid-GM. I believe he peaked around 5300 MMR at one point. And TheWayMan over here is a few hundred MMR below that. So we'll see how this game turns out. I think that was a... Okay, that pretty sure that was a 16 hatch. Okay. So this is just 16 max 16 gas, and this is just a 16 hatch. 18 gas, 17 full. You can get the scout in. Confirm the timing on the hatchery as well as confirm the timing on the pool. Please confirm the timing on the gas, and he only just started mining it, so he's just gonna get out of there without a CV. First Overlord sent across the map to the usual pillar spot. Second one is, looks like it's TheWayMan is gonna check with proxies instead of sending it directly to the this side of the map. I feel like a lot of Zerg players usually put their Overlord over here. Oh, is he turning it around? Oh no, he's sending that one over here. Okay, so usually they send it over here and then they fly it into their main for scouting information, and they just got an extra Overlord at home, and they accept the loss of the Overlord in exchange for scouting information. Looks like Links. Okay, sorry, TheWayMan is only my. Okay, they pulled off gas pretty early, but they have enough for link speed now. It should be on the way. Push Reaper across the map. First 4 lanes out. 3 standard lane Reaper dancing. Yeah, how ImTwelve micros against this. A few minutes, the Reaper's gonna have to. A few seconds, the Reaper's gonna get out of there because now the Queen's out. Now it's just the job of the Reaper keeping the Queen busy, threatening to poke that first Reaper. Fortunately, the Reaper can't really do anything about the third base because that's already gone down. But sometimes against a less competent Zerg player, the drone will only just be heading to the linear third now, and the Reaper can actually interrupt it. It's always cool if you can use that. Now that link speed's about to finish up, this Reaper can't really just sit at the front anymore. It's gonna go into that main base to get more scouting information. And that music really still loud. Okay, that's right anymore. Wait, okay, it just reset. I'm sorry, it just reset to 20%. I think it was because. Okay, so sometimes when you open an old replay and you change the settings in the old replay version, the music volume changes back. Actually, I have to change it in my actual, I had to change it at a different time because I did it in watching an old replay. It changed back after I changed it. It's complicated stuff because the game saves your settings differently for every version of the game. And that includes when you watch old replays. So anyway, third CC is done. Get a Banshee, Cloak on the way, as well as some Hellions. I mean, there's nothing unusual going on here. The Hellions and the Reapers are just floating around the edges of the creek, kind of patrol it, and if there's not enough links to defend, they go and run by, and that's a lot of links. The Hellions should get out of there. You're gonna be able to. Okay, no. So the Hellions look like they might be a bit stuck over there. Okay, yeah, now they're definitely stuck. So keeping the second Banshee here. I was actually reading an article about this, where there was a sort of a meta game around whether or not you should send the first Banshee across the map straight away, or if you should keep this first Banshee at home and wait for the second Banshee to go across. I believe what that article said was with 3cc you always wait. Okay. So I imagine that with 3cc you're doing an economic build and you don't always have the units to just defend aggression, so the first Banshee is there to defend the aggression at that timing, I imagine. Well, because your cloak's delayed. Is your cloak delayed? You literally don't have the money to start the cloak on time. Okay. Actually, that would explain... I just barely don't remember that the Banshees was actually started a few seconds before the cloak was. Okay, so that is why you delay the first Banshee. Ooh, usually you don't get a queen pick off, right? Usually you just go for one-shotting drones though. You're gonna get a queen for free, I suppose you take it. 4 over here. Gonna help to protect the queens while they're spreading creep out here. 4 is also at every base. Looks like we're taking 6 gases. So, Alright, we're taking 6 gases with only Ling Bane. Something seems off about that. Unless you intend to produce a ton of Banelings, I don't really understand why you get 6 gas. But okay, the Banshees are just gonna come home, pick off the damage they can do. 6 gas. 6 gas is Muta, but it looks like this guy isn't going for Mutas. So they're gonna be... Might be a little bit high on gas. In a bit, I imagine they will start floating gas. That, or they just make a ton of Banelings. Too many Banelings to overcompensate. There's a push. I believe our stim is already done. Combat shields should be done at around stim and +1 attack will be done at around the time this army will be ready to fight. Baneling speed is not quite done yet. It's about to be done. So this is actually, light combat shields not being done. I feel like this is definitely the moment for the Marine stance to get the most damage done. As soon as Baneling speed is done, the Marines are going to have to respect the Banelings a little bit more. They have to respect the people a little bit more. Another CC, where are we building the CC? Over here, okay. +2/2 for Zerg melee, Zerg ground melee, almost. I'm sorry, halfway done. We also got the Spire, so the Spire did show up. It's just very late for some reason. Ooh. Some of the Marines will be cleaned up, but the mine will also pick off quite a few Banelings. Overall, not a bad trade for ImTwelve. There's 2 mutas. Gosh, that's... Boy, I actually did not know you could fly this far off the map. But, that medevac is pretty damn stuck in the corner. A drop going in the main. Gonna actually manage to get a snipe on this Spire. Pretty big, and even maybe... Oh no, I was waiting for the Lings to all die. But not bad. I'm definitely gonna get a deny that upgrade, as well as kill the Spire itself. Which is a very expensive tech building to replace. I'll be replacing it over here. More gases. Okay, so now TheWayMan has transitioned into actually making Mutalisks. But for the time being, they're gonna just dump their gas into Banelings, I suppose. Well, and he's going to go across the map for the first time. Guess what's happening over here? These 2 Banshees from earlier, which didn't exactly kill much, but definitely served their purpose of spotting the army. So now that ImTwelve is going to be able to clean this up pretty cleanly. Interesting Baneling more. And at the same time, ImTwelve coming in with his own push, small push over here, going to try to cancel those, I mean, kill those Evo Chambers, despite the fact that they're not actually producing anything at the moment. More drops. More multi-prong. Oh boy. Funny is that sometimes there are players who are better at playing multi-prong than you are at casting it. Which, well, it's a humbling or humiliating experience to say the least. Just look at the white flashing dots on the map as they say, and you'll be fine. Anyway, a lot of Banelings morphing in. More Mitas. Upgrades are... So 2-2 is actually not done yet for ImTwelve, which is very strange. I suppose with this style you have to just delay... Are you supposed to delay with this style? All bets. The planetary gonna survive? No, the planetary will go down. Looks like all these SCVs will be cleaned up. In the meantime, a big push at 12 o'clock, and I think there's not enough Banelings here to actually help clean this up. There's only Lings and possibly Mutas. And then snipe that hatchery and also deny that base from going up. Another Butcher Green's gonna kill this hatchery, possibly even get the drones on their way out. Only okay, that's okay. There's enough Banelings to deal with this. Ooh, that was a big mine shot, and so no, we will need these Banelings to help clean up. No, we won't. There's a lot of these. I know we lose that entire army, but oh my gosh, these guys have been getting work done. You don't usually see a bunch of Marines with this many kills at the same time, even gonna get out of there. There's actually not been that much attention to killing creep. He went 1-1 before Lair. Okay, so that would explain why his upgrades are so much faster. Like, usually I think Zerg is meant to have slower upgrades than Terran. As I was saying, there's actually not been much attention paid to creep spread this entire game because I don't think ImTwelve has been actively clearing them out. When you go Bane speed 4-1-1, yes, otherwise no. Let's see. Okay, so not much creep spread, not much effort put into creep spread by TheWayMan, nor has there been much effort to contain it by ImTwelve. I mean, it barely reaches to the side of the map, so why bother? That base is going to get denied again, no cancel. Exchange, ImTwelve will get another base from the Zerg. That base gone. That base went up, so there's no going to be cancel on that. That base will get cancelled right away, and the drone will not get away. And are there any... Where's the army? There's just... That's only 13 Banelings, so a few line shots will mean big trouble for this bunch of Lingling Muta. Sending the Marauders forward, keeping the Marines covered. And, oh, right. Okay, so we did war 4 Banelings. Ooh. All the Banelings will be spent, and now the Thor should be more than enough to anchor this small bunch of Marines against these Mutalisks. They do some magic boxing. Still, a lot of Mutas will go down. Most importantly, they're not really attacking the Thor, okay, so now that goes down. Although, ImTwelve has managed to trade, I suppose, alright, and they're also ahead in workers now. So 26 workers killed for TheWayMan, but 65 for ImTwelve. Why Bane speed was slow. Okay, that would explain why. You know, the more I cast GM level games, the more I sort of think about when I sorry, interrupting that thought. Mutas are over here. Ooh, I guess we're just gonna take a fat mine shot. But as I was saying, please, Wayman, go home or commit. I want to talk. As I was saying, when I usually name my videos on YouTube, the caption is usually something stupid or like something interesting about the game. Like, I feel like with certain types of players, their play is, I won't say that their play is certainly not bad. It's just that it's just pretty standard, and that there's, like, I don't have any clickbaity title to give it. So I've been wondering lately, maybe I should stop with the clickbait video titles on my channel. Giving every single video I make a clickbait title is very hard. Okay, mutas are gonna dive on this turret. The repair is good, and the mutas are gonna trade terribly against. Oh boy. So long as these SCVs are sitting on top of that turret, like this is why you build turrets in the mineral line and not like just random turrets. Like a turret in the mineral line where all the SCVs can surround it is worth like 5 not in the mineral line. Which, like this SCVs being able to repair it just makes it so good against even huge numbers of mutas. TheWayman's gonna really win. But does appear to be quite good. The Marines are gonna get cleaned up eventually, but it doesn't seem like it seems like he traded as best as he could in that situation. Mutas are gonna clump up. Oh boy. And a lot of mutas gonna be traded away to kill off that one door. So it looks like TheWayman has already gotten to Hive. In the meantime, got +3 melee attack, +2 carapace, and +2 air weapons, and is not looking to transition off of mutilating anytime soon. And neither is ImTwelve, who is the only really, their only really late game unit possibly is the Thor. I mean, that's just to do with the mutas. Never really seen the game go on this long where both sides just commit to Muta Lingbane versus Biomine for this long. Ooh. A lot of units lost to not kill off a base just to trade armies. Now TheWayman is 10k behind with the resources lost. So let's say you're Terran, in this situation. Like, if your opponent just keeps playing Mutilating Bane, you just keep making, like, Marine Marauder, Medevac, Mine Thor, or is there any sort of more expensive unit you eventually want to bank up a lot more? Because against mutas, you're certainly not making siege tanks. So apparently there's gimmicks like hiding 15 libs in a corner while you produce and then you go. Is that really a thing? Suppose if you make 15 libs and get it. 15 libs would be more than enough to just one-shot a big lot of mutas, wouldn't it? 15 mutas is 45 supply though. I don't know where you get that unless you get a ton of orbitals and then you can start dumping SCVs. Raynor was scared of it. I mean, if Raynor was scared of it, then it's probably somewhat legitimate, I suppose. Ooh, big bunch of Zerglings picked up. You can ask Ghost if you're max. Okay. Well, based on the way that ImTwelve is playing, it seems that they're more or less confident in this situation that they don't need to add Ghosts. They seem to be. I mean, I think the units lost tab reflects that just about right, because I mean they've been trading great. They've never been taking any horrible fights. So ImTwelve definitely doesn't seem to feel on end to that English. ImTwelve does not seem to feel as if they are under any pressure to make Ghosts in this situation. They've been trading just fine with 3 Marauder, Mine, Medevac, Thor, and 1 Liberator. 1 Liberator. That is a lot of banelings. But now look at the production. Okay. Okay, now we're making Ghosts. Shit. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm cool finally making Ghosts at the 20-minute mark. Very cool. God, I hate not reading. And I hate reading. There is no winning in this situation. Anyway, I mean, once ImTwelve starts adding Ghosts into this composition, TheWayMan is just too broke to get anything like better than what they have right now. I don't know if they want to get like Broodlords or Lurkers or Spellcasters, all of which, like, if you want to start trading efficiently against Terran, I feel like you need to start getting some of those things, but you're just too broke to get it. Because ImTwelve has just been outplaying TheWayMan this entire game. ImTwelve is almost trading doubly efficient this TheWayMan, and TheWayMan has certainly not been mining double what ImTwelve has been mining. So in essence, this is just a very slow, painful death for TheWayMan here, or TheWayMan here. Baneling's gonna roll in. Mine's gonna get big Baneling shots in. The Banelings are just not gonna get the connections that they need. Good magic boxing. Really not bad. The magic boxing is good, and there is gonna be cleanup on this. But where's the army? Where's the army? I'm sorry, where are our units? We have 4 Ghosts, 4 Medevacs. Okay, I guess we have that. Ooh. He snipes off. Rent them turrets, and we're gonna try to keep these Ghosts alive as best he can, or if he can't keep them alive, then trade for as many units as we can by running them into the turrets. Man, Mutalisks are such a fragile unit that turrets actually put a dent in them. Sometimes I feel like, as a Terran player, sometimes I feel like turrets aren't bad. I just sometimes wish they did a little more damage. They'll probably be broken though, and it will certainly result in more players, even more players in Bronze League spamming turrets than there already are. So you could sort of tell, like, just how hard TheWayMan has been getting his bases sniped. Like, bases like these two, and bases like this one, and this one are not like. Okay, no, we're gonna return. I'm sorry, we're gonna return to the last fight as a gathering of nuts. I think turrets are really good as is. And as far as I can tell, that they are, as far as I can tell. I'm just lazy. Yeah, TheWayMan is just sort of out of stuff. And now, with how much army ImTwelve has been producing, income tab does not look good for TheWayMan right now. So I think they just realized that they were getting consistently outplayed the entire game. They technically weren't entirely dead. They had income, but I think Wingman just realized at this point that they couldn't outplay ImTwelve to the point of getting back in the game, so they just left. You lost their Mutaflock. Yeah, the Mutaflock is the thing that the only edge they have in the game. Like, as soon as the Mutaflock dies, there's nothing stopping the Mutas. The Mutas, one, threaten counterattacks, and two, make it. Okay, so what was I thinking? I feel like I feel like I had a question relevant to this situation, but I forgot what it was. All right, I remember. So Muta's the Mutaflock is pretty mobile, and it can threaten counterattacks. But specifically in a direct fight, is there anything that Mutas do? Mutas are weirdly good with Mass Bane. Hmm. You saw me almost lose in a fight with that. Yeah, that's why we need Thors. Without Thors, Max Muta Bane would just steamroll. Okay. So yeah, because Thors are really the only thing that forces the Mutas to actually micro, I imagine. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to turn the YouTube video into just me having a conversation with Terran nationalism. So I guess I will call it a cast here. There's a units lost tab if you want. It decreases their DPS density. Oh, that's a thing I hadn't considered. The DPS density of air units, if you stack them on top of each other, is can get arbitrarily high so long as you don't hit the supply cap. But if you force them to spread out or magic box, then ground units can actually fight them. Okay, so that's cool. So there's your units lost tab. As you can see, internationalism, or I'm sorry, ImTwelve was just trading a lot better that game. Doing else. And at the end of the game, how many mutas died? 87 mutas. Okay. So yeah. If you're on Twitch, I'm gonna cast a couple more of these tonight. If you're on YouTube, thank you for watching. I'll see you in 2 days with another replay. See you then.